Welcome to Revive Ministries. By the time this uploads, it will already be 2021. I'm just so reminded of how different the world looks just a year ago. So far, we talked, as of late, about family, failure, and hope. Now, today, we're going to be touching upon a fresh start. It's kind of appropriate to even call it this theme, A Brave New World, because it is, at least for me, in my perspective. You know, a lot of times when I think of fresh starts, it could be a very positive force in our lives. Um, and a time for reflection and reminding ourselves of what we learned. Um, the quote or I've been using for this month, and this will probably be either the one episode has been uploaded before this one comes out, but the overall opening quote that we'll be using this month in January 2021 is from Lao Tzu. It says, "New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings." I think this rings so true, especially when I think about a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago. Um, the pain that some of us go through. I'm reminded of the pain I went through, and kind of prompts a new beginning, an awareness that we may not have had before. You know, a lot has happened this past year. Now it's 2021 when this uploads. Now I'm married. Now a lot of things have changed. I jokingly say that I actually feel like a real person, but I was a real person. Point is, there's always seasons of life, and change and fresh starts could be a great component or direction for recovery. But when we think of recovery, we gotta be careful not to think of a set destination. We get ourselves, at least I get myself in trouble when we think we made it. Pain that really just helped me recognize what I truly needed. And that was very helpful in healing. This month, we'll be talking about fresh starts and different perspectives, different insights, and the journey is different. But thinking back of 2020 and what I've learned is being unapologetic but loving. Knowing that you cannot be there for everyone. And that's okay. It's hard when you put so much value in being useful. But to be honest, a lot of times we are not that useful. At least myself. We would pat ourselves in the back a lot. But a lot of times when we try to control situations, it ends up controlling us. I guess basically what I learned with my recovery and with COVID-19 and what I've seen, in my perspective, it allowed me the ability to not focus so much on controlling the situation, but more what's important. I had to make some very difficult decisions, and they may not seem difficult for those hearing them, but they were for me. I've come a long way in my journey, but it's a journey. Some of the things quotes that we've been using month by month has been really revealing and very helpful. Like with Albert Einstein in October, we were talking about failure, and the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. So powerful, and the idea of how we look at intelligence, and how the emphasis a lot of times it's how much we know, but not our ability to change. Another thing that in November I found that very revealing, at least for myself, when I saw this quote and added it to the podcast, is other things may change us, but we start and end with family. Emphasizing even if our families we don't agree or we don't think it's the best, they are one of the most, if not the most precious things in our lives. But our connections do matter. We're running on that theme in December. Everything you want is on the other side of fear, from Jack Canfield. Wonderfully revealing quote, and it reminds me of how useless fear can be in healing. And along those same lines, when I think about fresh starts, and like the quote says in the beginning, a new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. I'm reminded of how grateful I am to be surrounded in my life with people that I can make mistakes in front of. We have a lot of, well, how can I say it? I've grown a lot more when I was able to let go. Let go of this ideal. I'm not referring to the idea that we don't try to better ourselves. No. But a lot of times when it comes to a lot of social issues or personal, eternal issues, we put a lot on unrealistic expectations. For myself, I'm reminded of how much the emphasis of being useful was. How there was a tremendous amount of urgency throughout my life, along with everything else. And that stemmed from my value being fairly low. Is it, some people like, where did it start? Trying to get that. And to me, it doesn't matter. We're all subjected. We all grow and we all are affected in different ways. In a way, maybe maybe it was environment, maybe it was that. So for me, is what's more important is today and now. I've learned a lot and I've grown a lot, and I'll never, in my mind, consciously point the finger at any one person for where I'm at or for the struggles I went through. Yes, there was pain, but like I said before, in the quote, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. So I am blessed by some of the trials I have been faced, because I wouldn't be where I am at today. Anyway, this is goodbye from Revive Ministries. I want to leave you with this quote. And it's from Martin Luther King. It says, take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Coming in February, we'll have a new theme. I'll probably bunch them up in February, March, April. I'm still working out the titles, but this is a new model that I think Revive Ministries will be going. Each month will be a theme. focusing on having guests, touching upon their insight on each of those themes. Again, this is Rabbi Ministries saying goodbye for now. Till next time.